Mic check. Can you guys hear me, legends? I am longing hard. Let's go. Let's go. Let me know if you can hear me. Is the sound okay? Let's jump right into it. This is exciting price action. Legends. $69,500 for Bitcoin. Absolutely insane. I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but it's going to be time to start looking for shorts, in my opinion, of course, not financial advice. Bitcoin is now sitting just above $69,500. We're hovering right around this level, and I wanted to give you a quick update on the price action, how things have been developing. It has been absolutely insane. So first and foremost, you can see that I'm actually longing both silver and gold on Bluffin because I do think there's a case to be made that these two assets can go higher. But you're here for Bitcoin. You care about Bitcoin, so we're going to talk about Bitcoin first and foremost. Before we kick it off, guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing that I discuss on the channel should be construed as financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet sharing all of his own personal trades and his overall market analysis. Read the disclaimer here, read the disclaimer in the description down below, and let's jump right into it. So, right now, Bitcoin is getting a huge 4-hour candle at this point in time. We cannot ignore this. I mean, it's absolutely massive. And I want to give you an update on the local price action here. So, what you will notice is in my last stream, we talked about reclaiming $65,000. And you can see it right here. We drew it out on the chart. And essentially, rejection from 65K would simply mean that Bitcoin wants to move lower. However, a claim reclaiming this level above $65,000 was what we needed to see Bitcoin continue higher. Now, I don't want to bore you with all the details of what's going on here in the Middle East because, as you know, I am based in Dubai. Let's just say some missiles were struck down and handling it as best as we can, but ultimately there's nothing that I can do. So I didn't enter any kind of new long on Bitcoin here. However, you can see that after getting rejected, we did manage to get that reclaim. And the reclaim is absolutely pivotal. This allowed us to move all the way up to essentially $68,000. And you'll notice that we failed to break below 65K on the retest downwards. This was the sign of support. If you're looking for a sign of support, that is it. And so this provides an opportunity for Bitcoin to get a massive move to the upside, which we're now seeing. Now, I also want to bring this to your attention. The ISM manufacturing PMI came in higher than the consensus. Now, why is this important? Well, you could click on the details here. To summarize, it remained above market expectations. The reading signaled a second consecutive month of expansion in the manufacturing sector. Now, this is manufacturing. If we go down here, you'll notice that in 2 days' time, we have the ISM services PMI. So this will also be another crucial data point for us to consider when we take a look at Bitcoin. But right now, I mean, legends, this is an absolutely epic long. If you've been watching me for quite some time, you really underestimate the levels. Good morning. What do you think about BitMine? I'm long, but my entry is really bad. What does that mean I'm longing? Like, yes, so Abu Zain, longing essentially means you're betting for the price to go up. That's what longing is. You can see here that I currently entered a gold long. I also entered a silver long. This was also shared on stream. For my silver long, my stop loss is already at break even, so I cannot risk any capital. By the way, this platform that you're seeing is Bluffin. If you want a phenomenal platform to trade cryptocurrencies, precious metals, and the stock market, you do have the second link in my description down below. Click this link. You can get VIP 1 depending on the capital that you deposit and start trading with. And you can get access to my group, which is free. DM me the keyword CBM on Telegram, and I'd be happy to add you into my private group. Now, this is essentially betting on the price going up. That's what it means to go long. But right now, all eyes are on Bitcoin because we are absolutely ripping. And I know I read a comment there, LMFAO, the way you said it's time to look for shorts. Yeah, guys, we have to remember, and I'm always here to keep you level-headed, we have to remember that Bitcoin is still in a bear market. You can tune out of this live stream if you don't like what I have to say. But guys, Bitcoin is still in a bear market. Now, let me see if I can find the chart that I was discussing earlier. Perhaps it's this one. No, it is this top one. Let's go on a weekly time frame basis. Just to give you Legends perspective, we are still in a bear market. So what I'm going to look at for Bitcoin is to actually add to my existing short. Now, if you're new to the channel, you're probably wondering, what do you mean existing short? Well, you can see down here that I am currently shorting Bitcoin, still holding this position. I've secured around 300K in profits, unrealized around 100K, but I'm considering even adding to this position because I'm already mostly out. Like, I took 65% of the profits. I think that there's going to be opportunities to short Bitcoin. I have to be perfectly honest. And I know this isn't what you want to hear, but in my opinion, my own opinion, based on what the charts are telling me, based on what history would suggest, Bitcoin will be moving lower this year. So I'm just keeping it real with you. I'm keeping it a buck. Like, this is it. I do think that there's going to be an opportunity here to consider going short if you don't have short exposure, and if, of course, you're looking for short exposure. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just sharing with you what I am personally doing. Right now, my average entry on my short, still 97K, but this will greatly get reduced when I start adding to my position. When you say reclaim, do you usually mean a 4-hour close above the aforementioned level? Look, 4-hour close is always something that you want to look for, but if you're willing to be a little bit more aggressive, you can do 1 hour. You can also do a 15-minute candle close. I know that some people like to do the 5-minute, the 1-minute, but that's not me. I think 15-minute is more than reasonable enough. And you can see here that if I go on the 15-minute chart for Bitcoin, when we hit the 65K level, first time around, where are we here? Yes, first time around, we had a move to the upside, we got rejected, and then we came back up and reclaimed it. Now imagine you would have gone long on BTC right around here after the reclaim. Of course, it's a big candle to the upside. You might be thinking, oh man, I missed the move. Sorry, I don't know why I'm using the fib. You might be saying, oh man, I missed the move. But it's actually not the case whatsoever, because you can see that we had a significant move to the upside. Even had you entered on this 15-minute reclaim all the way up here, I mean, that's a pretty big move, especially if you're trading with a little bit of leverage. Metals are dropping and crypto's pumping. That's normal. Let's see. I mean, I wouldn't say, look, it's a little drop in metals. You can see here I'm longing gold, I'm longing silver. Both of them are in profit, but I don't think that this is that big of a drop, to be honest. And it's highly likely, in my opinion, that gold will be trending higher. This is why I like bluffing, because you can literally trade any kind of asset on the platform. Remember, you do have the second link in my description down below if that interests you. I trust them with a good amount of capital, and I've been trading on there for quite some time. Let me just have a sip of my tea. Don't you think a pump to 80K comes before the drop? Looking for shorts now? We haven't really had a relief rally yet. Valid. I'm just saying, guys, when I tell you I'm looking for shorts, it's just to mentally prepare you for the content that's going to come out on my channel, because I know a lot of you will get very, very excited if Bitcoin starts to move, you know, above 70,000, above 80,000. Oh my God, we are so back. But if history is any indication, it will ultimately form a lower high. By the way, can you guys hear the music? Is it an appropriate sound, or is it too loud, too low? Because on my side, it's quite loud, and I'm wondering if you guys can hear me properly. So, right now you'll see that Bitcoin is just looking quite strong here. That 15-minute close was absolutely epic. In 4 minutes, we have the 4-hour close, which is beautiful. Usually when you get a huge move like this, at the bare minimum, you can target these levels. So what is next for Bitcoin here? First of all, we would be fools to ignore the current channel that we're in. A bit too loud. Okay, let me put it down. That's nice, because I thought it was way too loud as well, but last time you guys can hear it. So let's put this channel I mean, guys, some of you guys like connecting the wick, some of you guys don't, but like we're right at the top of this speculative channel, and it's something that we definitely need to consider. Now, what are the other levels highlighted on my chart? Because you can see that all the way up here, we have the tariff capitulation low, and this brings us all the way to above $74,000. But we also have this blue line, which is the anchored VWAP. I talked about this on my last live stream and in my previous video. These levels essentially stay on this chart until they become relevant. But these are the key levels that I'm looking at if Bitcoin is to get an even more significant pump. Now, I would consider shorting. I'm telling you what I'm thinking, what's on my mind right now. I've been talking about how Bitcoin would get a relief rally over the past few weeks, and right now this is what I think we're seeing. So we might have a couple more days of bullish price action. It's entirely possible because, you know, if the ISM services PMI comes in above the consensus, along with, which is in line with what happened with the ISM manufacturing PMI above the consensus, this also makes a case for Bitcoin to go ahead and move higher. We can't ignore that fact. Bear market rallies do happen, and yes, we are in a bear market. Again, if you don't like what I have to say about us being in a bear market, you can tune into another channel. And as always, I'm just sharing with you what I think could be happening next. You see my execution on the channel. I share my wins. I share my losses. Now I'm currently down on silver, as you can see, or sorry, on gold, as you can see here. And Bitcoin is sitting just around $69,000. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much are you scared now staying in Dubai? Yeah, guys, it's not, let's just say things aren't looking so hot right now. We're striking missiles out of the sky. So what better, what should I do? How should I be spending my time? And that is streaming the crypto market. People short, man, I'm in a long, I need a short squeeze. It's possible. Hamed, it's totally possible that we can get a short squeeze. I've been talking about this time and time again. So you can see here that the Coinbase Premium Index is also backing up what we're currently seeing on the charts. We are finally getting some green, a nice big move to the upside. Now, let's go through some comment sections. Come back to Europe, brother. Brother, I'm not European. But maybe I should try to head on over. So let's talk about scenarios. So we're hitting this speculative trend line for Bitcoin. That we cannot ignore. But we have some levels that I'm very, very interested depending on how the price action reacts. Number one, first of all, that is a fantastic 4-hour candle close. Number one, we have this level right here. Let me remove the magnet. On one hand, it feels messed up profiting off war. On the other hand is a Rolex. That's fair. So you can see here, right below $70,000, we have this value area high. My apologies. Tapping into this level does typically provide some resistance. You can see it happen here. You can see it happen here. And we're ultimately still in the same range that we've been in since the beginning of February. So what you'll notice here is if we can tap into this level and it's a little bit of an SFP from this range, there is a chance that we get a short-term move to the downside. However, no one knows how powerful this move can really be. So there are some other levels that I am highly interested in potentially adding to my existing short position. And those levels are the local highs, the tariff capitulation lows, and the anchored VWAP from around $98,000 to where we currently are today. Gotta get the Louis bag. Do you think we're going to tickle the bull market support band again? Oof, that's a very good question. Guys, the bull market support band is all the way up here. And if I recall correctly, we have some CME gaps in the 80s as well. So there is a chance. There is a chance. Let's see. Let's see how the price action develops. I'm always keeping you updated on my trades on the YouTube channel. But of course, if you want to see the exact trades that I am taking myself with my own capital every single day, every single week, you have the first link in my description down below. DM me the keyword CBM on Telegram to be able to join my private group. It's free. You're trading with your own capital. The only requirement is that you signed up with one of these links down below. Bluffin is my go-to exchange, and if you're already trading on there and you want to join, all you have to do is create a new account, transfer your funds over, and if you sign up with me, you can get VIP access, which significantly reduces your fees. It's my go-to exchange. So at this point in time, 69K. We have the levels that I am highly, highly interested in, and it's a matter of patience, my friends. It's a matter of patience. Now, if you caught the long, this isn't the worst idea in the world to scrape a little bit of profits. We held on to the value area low. We held on to $65,000, and therefore we had the explosive move to the upside. Very, very nice to see for Bitcoin. Finally, some relief in the market. I love how you don't marry a bias. It makes reading the market much easier. Yes, Will. It's man, it's 100% that. Like, look, I do tend to have some form of bias, but it's more like higher time frame bias. For example, my higher time frame bias is that Bitcoin will be moving lower this year. However, over the past, I want to say 2-3 weeks, I've been a little bit more bullish, saying that I think Bitcoin will get a more significant relief rally. And right now, I think that this is what we're seeing right in front of our eyes. So I do have a little bit of a bias, but on the lower time frames, like if you're just screaming short, 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 I mean, that's not a strategy. That's just gambling at that point in time. We've been consolidating for a month. A breakout above 72 is going to be explosive. I wouldn't short Jack until we see some signals to trade. That's fine, Hamed. That is fine. All I'm saying is I'm sharing what I'm doing. And you can see here that my gold long is not performing well. Wow. Okay. That's not doing well. So if we get a 1 hour close below that level, I'm out. But what I wanted to get at here is with the short, I'm going to be very patient on re-adding to my existing position. It's cool to see a lot of familiar names in here. Definitely creating a nice community here. The legend is live. How you doing? Nice stuff. One moment, legends. And now we just see. So my invalidation for my gold long is 5,286. So I don't want to see us lose that level on a 1 hour candle close basis. But yeah, gold is dumping. Crypto is pumping. So risk on, baby. Risk on. Yeah, gold. Hope we'll go more upside as well. Hi all. Oil is a good one too, guys. With everything that's happening, it's pretty insane. Pretty insane what we're seeing right now. We see getting a little bit of a reaction at the top of this trend line here, but ultimately I would like to see us sweep the value area high. Best entry to add to your short. Legends. I will be adding to my existing Bitcoin short depending on the reaction that we get at these levels up here. So we have 1, this trend line, 2, the value area high, 3, the local highs, capitulation lows, the tariff capitulation lows, the anchored VWAP, and then we have one guy that rightfully pointed out the CME gaps here and the bull market support band. But honestly, I don't think that Bitcoin is going to make it back to $90,000. I might eat my words on that, but I don't think that that's the case. How do you get the value area high and value area low? So what you want to do to be able to get that is you take the volume profile on TradingView. So I already have my level here. I don't really want to toy with it too much, but you take this, the fixed range volume profile. So That's basically it. And then you take it from one point of the range, the existing range, to the end of the range, and that gives you the volume profile that you're looking for. Good morning. Good morning. Nice. I shorted gold on a loss. That's fair. Glad to see you are still alive. Yes, my friend. I am still alive. I'm still alive, and Bitcoin is looking sweet. Look at this, man. What an epic move. Guys, remember, if you want to trade the crypto markets, you do have the second link in my description down below. You can get VIP 1 up to 20% deposit bonus. Click this link, sign up. You can trade gold, silver, stocks, crypto, any crypto you want, all available on Bluffin here. So would highly recommend you check them out. Awesome exchange. I make most of my trades on that exchange. Now let's see Bitcoin. I may have to enter a short. Let's see what's going on. Just chopping. Hello. Oof. Guys, be careful with the shorts. You don't want to just jump into one. I don't want to influence people in the way where they think that they could just giga short. Guys, you want to wait for a reaction. Right now, this is looking very, very strong. So I wouldn't be entering a new short here. I would not be. Crypto can rally. No, I haven't played around with Polymarket too much. I'm looking at my screen here and I'm so off camera. Hopefully this is better now. Which levels are you looking at if you would be starting a brand new short? Legends. You can see the outlined levels on the chart. Check it out. These are my interest levels. Yes, Bitcoin is indeed looking strong. Bitcoin is indeed looking strong. There's no denying that. This is starting to look very, very interesting. Yeah, you'd almost forget after 6 months of red how hard we can pump. Valid. If you're new to the channel, if you're tuning in, guys, I'm still shorting Bitcoin from $97,000. I do think the probabilities are low that we reach that level before Bitcoin heads lower. So ultimately, my game plan here, I've been talking about targeting a move to the upside to $70,000 and above. It looks like we're about to get that. Now the real question is, when is it a valid time to enter short? Because I know a lot of people are probably thinking about it. There's tons of people that reached out to me and said, man, I have no short exposure when Bitcoin was at like 60, 65,000. And that's not the time you want to go short, because we do get relief rallies in bear markets. And this is what we're seeing right now. Bitcoin is just sub 70K, but it's looking pretty solid. Yes, I do think that we could potentially see breaking out above 70K. It's not impossible. Guys, we're only $300 away. But I want to bring your attention to this before everyone gets too excited. Last cycle, we talked about this so much. A move down and then a move to the bull market support band to move lower, then another move up, then another move down, then we form the bear market bottom. This cycle, a move down, a move up to the bull market support band, then a move down, potentially a move up towards the tariff capitulation lows, then we head lower in my opinion. I'm just saying it how I see it right now. I'm not going to assume 60K was the macro low. But the bull case for me is like I still hold Bitcoin. That's something that I think a lot of people need to understand is, yes, I'll short, I'll long, but I do still hold Bitcoin from a long-term portfolio position. And I think it's very, very important for you to understand that, because I do believe in this asset class long-term. I still really do, despite this price action. But it's amazing how excited people can get with a little bit of a pump here. Awesome. Absolutely great. Yeah, I did. I didn't sell a lot, Hamed, but I did sell some. Super cycle. Yeah, let's wait and see what everyone's thinking. Is this a super cycle? Are we so back, guys? Is Bitcoin going to go all the way up to $90,000? Are we going to go up to a new all-time high this year? I'm not here to give you hopium. I don't think that that's the case. I think that Bitcoin will ultimately get rejected, and it's just a matter of being patient. I'm looking for swing shorts from here on upwards. Have not entered, have not added to my existing position, just to let you know, but I am looking for swing shorts. You don't enter a long when Bitcoin is already at 69K. March relief rally. Exactly. That's exactly what I think we're seeing as well. Standard bear market stuff. And let me just refresh. Legends, 73 likes. Legends, we have to smash the like button. First, let's get to 100. We have to, absolutely have to. There's 330 of you watching. Please, Legends, smash the like button. It gets it out to more people. And this way I can hopefully have a positive impact on more people in the crypto industry. It really, really helps when you smash this like button. You can share the live stream with friends and family if, of course, you want to do that. Right now, I can't lie. I'm hearing like sounds right outside my apartment. And it's kind of concerning, not going to lie. Yeah, this is pretty crazy 4-hour volume. 100%. Crazy stuff. Smash the like button, Legends. Not necessarily, Hamed. I want to bring this to your attention. Last time there was these war escalations between Iran and the US was actually in the bull market, and I went giga long. It was a great opportunity. This time around, same exact thing. There's these war escalations. Everyone's freaking out. Everyone thinks that we're just going to dump, and then we pump. It's not a guarantee, but it's very, very interesting how these things work. Now, for me personally, given my higher time frame view of the market, I'm not in a long position on Bitcoin yet. Or I shouldn't say yet. I'm more looking for a next swing short. I do know that there's some members in my community that have entered long based on my analysis. I got stopped out on a couple of positions for longs before we got this move to the upside. But the trigger that you were looking for here was actually reclaiming that 65K level. First time around we reclaimed it, massive move. Second time around that we reclaimed it, big move to the upside. Then we touched it once more, held it as support, held the value area low as support, and another big move to the upside. So I think that the proof is in the pudding. Just look at the charts. Guys, if you want to know the exact trades that I'm personally taking in this market day by day, week by week, these are all of my own trades that I share within my community. You do have the first link in my description down below. DM me the keyword CBM on Telegram to join my private group. And if you want to join that group, I'd highly recommend that you join by signing up to Bluffin with the second link in my description down below. This is where I trade all of my cryptocurrencies, stocks, precious metals, everything. You name it, it's on there. Just wait by May, all-time high. Time-lapse King, you've been sharing some interesting comments lately, that's for sure. Sometimes you're very positive, sometimes you're very negative. I have an eye for who's commenting on the YouTube channel daily, weekly. Don't worry, bro, life is too short. Haha. Yeah, guys, it's a little bit concerning. I am hearing some sounds right outside my apartment, as if we're striking down some more missiles or something. But here I am. You have eye for Hamed. Yeah, fair. He comes up a lot. Will Bitcoin go to 74K? Am I a fortune teller? The answer is no. Dun, dun, dun. So many crypto YouTubers are in Dubai because of the taxes and the competitive environment. I have to be honest, of course, there's some shady people here. Some people just flee to Dubai. But I came here strictly for business purposes, making sure that I am surrounded by individuals that are top performers. And this ultimately inspires me to do better. That's why I'm here. This pump is going to be short-lived. Let's see, guys. Let's see. What's this jealousy? Haha. Topper. Cardew. Yes. Cardew. Yes, Justin, Todd. Bluffin will be adding more commodities. I've actually spoken with them already. They're going to probably add the S&P 500 index. And I know there's other exchanges that do this, but I just trust them so much. I've been using them for so long that I have no doubt in their ability to deliver a great trading experience. And you can see with the capital that I'm holding on here that I'm not lying about, you know, me trusting them. It's not just me telling you that I trust them. They're a solid exchange. If you're trading with a very good amount of capital, particularly, I would highly recommend that you join Bluffin with the second link in my description down below. Fantastic platform. Let's see Bitcoin. Some of these streamers on YouTube, they zoom into the 5-minute chart. Is this what you legends want? Do you like the 5-minute chart? Couldn't be me. Sicko? Yes. My pleasure, Raphael. My pleasure. Guys, the reason I talk about eyeing a short is because I don't want anyone to be surprised. Guys, you would not believe the hate I got on my channel when Bitcoin was at $97,000. Oh man, the hate I got was insane when I was saying, guys, I am shorting. And you can see the outcome here, and I will likely add to my position. If Bitcoin hits 90K, I simply don't care because 1, I hold Bitcoin. 2, my short entry was $97,000. My stop loss is at break even, and I've already secured around 300K on this trade. So yeah, of course there's 100K unrealized, but I've paid myself well on this trade, and I'm happy to just relax, see how the price action develops. Like I said, I'm looking for new opportunities in this market. You're a lookalike Brandon Balfour. Who is that? Brandon Balfour. Ah, maybe a little bit. What does you realize? Okay, guys. So realized profit here basically means that position, that part of the trade is closed. This is capital that is now confirmed. I've taken the profits. Unrealized is to the left here, which is the remainder of my active short position. So man, so many people are interested in the short position. But yeah. So this number will never change. I mean, paying the fees, of course, but aside from that, this number will never change. If you just realize what I just realized, then we'd be perfect for each other and we'll... What? Yeah, Bosco, I am French-Canadian, man. When I see the ours and stuff like that, yeah. Food prices are going to be crazy this month. Yep. Is this manipulation up? Look, we've been discussing the potential for a relief rally for quite some time. And that's what we're seeing. This is relief. This is bear market relief rally. Legends. Legends, legends, legends. We have to smash the like button. 250 likes minimum. We're going to try to make it at 300. We have to. We have to, legends. It's pumping so strong. I think Bitcoin can at least reach 72K. Looks like a decent time for a quick short on Bitcoin. I'm going to wait to see how the price action develops. I'm not super inclined considering my active position here. That's all I'll really say. When short. Nice. MSTR, I do think will provide a good short at some point, which we've already dumped significantly. I wouldn't jump into it now, but I have few to like your account if you say hello to me. I have a few account. Bum, bum, bum. Silver moving like a meme coin. Oh, thanks for letting me know. My silver trade got stopped out at break even. I secured around 25K profits on that trade. Any chance you'll open up another account and do live trading? Yeah, I was actually considering it. I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. This is very, very interesting price action. Happy to see us get a pump. I really did want to see us get a pump because a lot of the members of my community have been asking me, man, like, is it time to go short? And everything was suggesting that we could get a significant move to the upside, which is what I think we're seeing right now. By the way, legends, if you want to join my community, first link in the description down below, DM me the keyword CBM on Telegram to join my private group. It is completely free. You're trading with your own capital, and all you have to do is sign up with one of the exchanges down below. Let's say you're trading with $20,000 already on an exchange like Kraken. I would just recommend you sign up to Bluffin, transfer the funds over, and start trading on there. This was just an example, but just make Bluffin your go-to trading account and you get access to my community. It's as easy as that. DM me the keyword CBM after you've done so on Telegram. Nice relief. Can we tap into this level? Bro, why didn't you go long? Some of you fools are legends. Are legends of weird comments. Yeah, there are some pretty sus comments sometimes. I never thought that when I would have started publishing on my YouTube channel, I'd get some weird comments, but you wouldn't believe some of the things I read on a daily basis. Hey Matt, I'm from Toronto. I'm also starting swing trade journey. How much were you getting taxed over here as a trader? Oof, I'm not going to talk about taxes. Let's just say in Canada, it was pretty insane. Canada taxes are pretty insane, man. I would start out very, very small. Could be up until mid-March, then it slams down to the deck. Harshit, Rajput. Guys, my levels, I keep my levels very simple. These are the levels I'm looking at. Dun 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 dun. Wait, no, you don't have to leave this place, my man. I would recommend just doing a little bit of research yourself. I just, from a financial standpoint, I can't provide any kind of financial advice, whether it's entering trades. I'm just sharing with you what I am personally doing. And so I can't give you tax advice on the live stream. I'm not authorized to do so. I'm not licensed to do so. But don't leave, man. Swing trading has been game changing for me in my life. I'm so glad I started trading several years ago, and it's put me in a position now where I can operate in the market very stress-free with some relatively large positions. I wanted to discuss some other things here. So first, we can see that there's a couple of longs piling in. Let me just go to the 30 minutes. Couple longs piling in, but we got way more shorts, which was nice to see. And Coinbase Premium Index still solid. We're getting some buying. This is ultimately what you want to see for continuation to the upside. Oh, he meant leave Canada, my guy. Yeah, I mean, I like Canada. It's where I was born, but it's just not favorable for aspiring traders or entrepreneurs for that matter. Guys, take a look at this. Lot of longs. A lot of longs piling in today. 7-day, let's see. A lot of longs piling in. This doesn't mean we have to immediately reverse. I want to make that abundantly clear. But we need to understand that in bear markets, the higher time frame bias is lower. Therefore, it makes sense to look for swing shorting opportunities. That's what I'm personally doing. And take on scalp longs if you're looking to go long. But at this point in time, you're seeing we're starting to shift over. There's still more shorts in the market on the higher time frames, and this is normal in a bear market. But the fact that the 7-day is already starting to look like this, 5 billion worth of cumulative long liquidation leverage, just over 1 billion worth of cumulative short liquidation leverage. Very, very interesting. I think RSI is more relevant on the higher time frames. For shorter time frames, I don't really use it. He likes Canada, but likes money more. Fair. I like trading stress-free. That's what I like. A scalp is where you're looking at the lower time frames and you're looking for a move to ideally play out faster. And on scalps, I use way less capital. Swings are essentially positions that you can hold a little bit longer, which is my style of trading. For example, my Bitcoin short is a swing short from $97,000. So I've been holding this position for, since we hit the bull market support band at like 98K. This is my style of trading. You're more patient with those kinds of positions. Yes, I have been more profitable since trading without having to worry about making money to live. Absolutely. I know this is probably not what you want to hear, but when it comes to trading cryptocurrencies in particular, the best position you can be in is in a position where you don't need the trading to pay your monthly bills. Because that adds an extra layer of stress, which, you get one bad trade, two bad trades, then all of a sudden you're just devastated because you literally can't live. I would never recommend starting out like that. Now most of my income comes from trading. However, back then I did have a full-time job, and that was essentially funding my trading. That's usually the route that I recommend for people. Not financial advice, of course. I don't even know if I have to put a disclaimer there, but yeah, you get the point. Crypto Man, Matsir, why don't you enter a short now just in case it reverses? Because I'm already in a short. I don't need any more short exposure. I will be looking. What did you do for income before trading? I actually did social media marketing. I actually had a football Instagram account, which is an anonymous one, and it had over 1 million followers. And I did a lot of digital marketing, and I sold promotions and things like that. So that's kind of like my background before starting this YouTube channel. And then from there, I pivoted into trading, traded for several years before I started this crypto YouTube channel, because I realized that all of the content that I was consuming in the crypto space, or a lot of the content, was fluff and nonsense. And I'm just doing my best here to provide as much value as possible. Basically creating the videos that I wish I had when I had originally joined the industry. And that's just learning from a guy that takes positions with his own capital, admits his losses, shows his wins, talks about his execution, and is just fully transparent. So that's kind of like my model for what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, I made decent money as a social media influencer before this. Yep. I actually, again, we talked about this on the live stream before, but if you want to take a look at one of my football accounts, I used to strike a football and I would post it on social media, and it has like 200,000 followers on TikTok, but I highly doubt that anyone would be able to find it. I used to get paid for promotions like that, like sponsors of that page. It was pretty cool. What was those charts you just had up? Which ones? This? This is the Bitcoin charts. Breaking above the point of control, massive move to the upside. Hi, boss. Hello, boss. CoinGlass. Everything is on CoinGlass. Most of the stuff I use. So President Trump actually came out and reportedly told CNN that the big wave is yet to come regarding U.S. military operations in Iran, which is kind of scary because, like I said, I've been literally seeing going back to Alex Becker now. And President Trump. All right, valid. Enjoy your time with Alex Becker. He's been getting people wrecked for years now. Enjoy.
President Trump, I'm just hearing in my ear, just told my colleague Jake Tapper that the big wave is yet to come.
The big wave is yet to come, supposedly. Pretty insane. I don't like to hear that, to be honest. Big wave still coming. Told CNN that U.S. forces are striking Iran effectively, but a larger phase of operation is still ahead. UAE, Qatar lobby allies to persuade Trump to end Iran war. Well, that would be... yeah, Alex Becker is pretty hilarious. I'm still in my gold trade, guys. I'm still in my gold trade. No stress. I may actually consider sizing up a little bit, but right now I'm still in. You can see, I'm currently down like 4K. So I'm long in gold, guys. Oof. This looks like a cheeky rejection, guys, on the 1 hour time frame. But the thing is, when you get this amount of like massive volume like this, if people start piling into shorts, like let's see, let me just see the CVD. If people start piling into shorts, it's not what you want. Actually, it's looking relatively okay here. Yes, he is solid. All crypto people suck. This guy is legit. I don't think it's fair to say all crypto people suck. Look, I really do appreciate your support. There's a couple of guys in the space that are very, very good. Andy and Devolt from Mindpillar. These guys are absolutely phenomenal Elliott Wave technicians, traders, wizards, if you will. I don't trade Elliott Wave theory. I do think on the higher time frames it does have a lot of significance and it can help out. But these guys are awesome. Ben Cowan from Into the Cryptoverse is awesome. Like, there's some solid guys in the space. You just have to know where to look. And one of my overarching things that I've been talking about on the channel for quite some time in terms of how to navigate crypto is to select a max of 5 influencers. Really, if you could do 3, it would be best. And stick to them. Solid ones. Stick to them. See if their analysis matches with your own analysis. And then you can essentially make your own informed decisions on the market every single day. Try to block out all the noise because there's so many guys that are just speaking out of their ass, let's just say. Pardon my language. So, Coin Bureau has pretty solid news. And the way that they cover things is it's very, very well presented. It's just about finding people that you like, that have had a reasonable amount of success in the space over a long period of time. Because there's some guys that called a couple altcoins and they've been living off of that for years now. And unfortunately, it's not looking too hot for them in terms of the content that they're providing. Thank you. Thank you, legends. I really do appreciate you guys. Haha, Ricky Gutierrez. Oh man, that name is crazy. I actually have a buddy of mine, like back in the day, that bought a course from that guy. Wow, Ricky Gutierrez. I have not heard that name in a while. Yes, Invest Answers James is solid. Yes, sir. All right, we're just naming a bunch of different YouTubers now. Let's see. What else did I want to cover? We talked about this, but now if the ISM services PMI comes in higher than the consensus, things will be looking decent for continuation. Bum, 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 bum. But guys, this is what I'm saying. When you get such a strong 4-hour close like this, it always makes sense to get another, continued spike. Now, my areas of interest for potentially shorting Bitcoin are the aforementioned levels. I need to see the reaction right around the value area high, around the local highs, if we even make it up there, because there is liquidity to be swept, and the tariff capitulation lows along with this light blue line, the anchored VWAP. But if you've been watching me for a while, you know that these levels have essentially not changed. I'm just sitting and looking at these levels. Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate the support. Great to see you, Nico Supi. The legends. The legends. All the legends are here. Bum 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 bum. Yep, Nico Supi, I am indeed looking for a short. Just some vibes. If you want to know my higher time frame bias, it's something like this. This is what we call a bear market relief rally. Move down, bull market support band, move down again, little bit of relief, another move down, bear market bottoms take time to form, as I've constantly alluded to. I think that we're seeing the exact same thing, and I don't think there's any reason to think otherwise. So. Okay, we're getting close to a level. We are getting close to a level. This time around, though, because this move stemmed from lower, I actually do think that we can see continuation like above this zone, above the value area high. And then it's a question of like, where do we reject? But I do ultimately think that that's going to be the case. We will likely reject. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I'm looking at here. Little SFP from the high. Look, the fees on Bluffin are pretty solid. Like, this is my account, but I have to be transparent with you. Like, because I'm holding a good amount of capital on here, and I'm trading regularly, I do have a VIP tier, which significantly reduces my fees. But you can do the same. And actually, if you join my group and you're trading with a certain amount of capital, I can get you reduced fees. Let's see if we get 70K. Looks like it. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's get 70K. Guys, if you want to join my community and see any trades that I'm taking, you do have the first link in my description down below. DM me the keywords CBM on Telegram to be able to join my private group. It is indeed free because you're trading with your own capital. So, and reminder, guys. Oh, 70K. Here we go. Oof. Little SFP. Did anyone enter that? That could be a cheeky short. That could be a cheeky short. I have not entered it. Little SFP. Little SFP. Guys, if you're into this kind of trading, like, it's about entering and literally protecting your position immediately. I hate to say it, but that's literally what it is. Oof. Okay. Nice stuff. But it's nice to enter these swing. Let's go live trade it. I might actually start doing that, to be honest, because the more trades you take, the more fees stack up, especially if you lost. What's SFP? Swing failure pattern. So it basically means like we're moving out of here. It looks like we're going to move above this wick, and then ultimately we bleed lower and we get rejected. But guys, this isn't confirmed yet. I'm talking like really, really like lower time frames. This is like a sniper entry. But I might consider doing this on the stream just to show you guys what I'm doing. Let me know, guys, in the live stream chat down below if you'd like to see some smaller positions but live on the stream, because you guys know I take up some pretty big positions. Let me know. For maybe one of the next live streams we can do that. Could be interesting. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, it's not the... I put 1 hour. 4 hour. Yes, yes, yes. Live trading, live trading, live trading, live trading. Ricky shorting MicroStrategy all day today. Yeah, we can do that. All right, guys, we'll consider it. We will consider it. Dun, dun, dun. See, like, the idea here is you would have already entered. You would have already entered the sweep of this level. And that's that. But right now, it's just about which level do we continue to sweep. Are we just going to reject here is the question. Some of you have been asking me, man, why don't you short more? What are you doing? Why don't you enter a short again? But it's because I'm already in my short and I still have a very, very good position open. You can see again, realized, unrealized, average entry 97. I want to add to my position, but I'm just being very selective as to when I decide to do that. So we just have to see. I'm not a lower time frame kind of guy, but I can definitely attempt to share some positions on the lower time frames. Guys, if I do live trading with my capital, I'm probably going to do way smaller trades. Like we're talking like 50 to 100 bucks. I feel like the pressure of live trading with size must be enormous. Please remember, I'm still new to live streaming. I may consider adding to my gold, depending on crypto's reaction. Dun, dun, dun. I want to see Bitcoin move higher. Okay, sounds good. Then I guess if the size doesn't matter, if you guys don't need me to use my regular size on these trades, then sweet, awesome. I'll probably use less size. You're gonna bring in another ton of viewers. I have a lot of friends. Love trading. Awesome. Yeah, I could see the viewers are kind of like staying stable right now. Legends, please do not forget to absolutely annihilate the like button. We're at 200 likes. Is it unrealistic to push for 400 likes? I guess it depends how long you stay live, right? I don't know. I see some crypto guys or some traders in general staying live for 6 hours, and I don't know if that's the general strategy I should go for to get more viewers, but maybe one day we do like a full day marathon of live streaming. That could be interesting. But guys, these are the levels. These are the levels. Right now we got a little SFP from this high. So if you already entered a short trade, which is not financial advice, but we talked about it as a possibility, then your position should already be protected. Which means that if the price were to wick again to this level, you'd get stopped out. That's how it works when you're very, very aggressive with protecting your position like that, at least. That's valid, but new viewers are coming every time. So I feel like it's possible. Just keep on bringing killer content and the rest will follow. Thank you. You're welcome, Justin. My pleasure. My pleasure. Wait. AEL Barrow. Where is Trump about to speak? Is this live streaming anywhere? I'll play it for you guys. I'll play it. Guys, is Trump speaking? Yeah, protecting position essentially means something like setting your stop loss at break even. Like when you enter these kinds of trades, what you normally do is you would set your stop right like within a couple $100 at most of the wick, and it depends on the time frame you're trading. But then as you get favorable price action, like let's say Bitcoin drops to the low 69K zone, then you would just move your stop right to break even. This way, if the price comes up, then you can also cover your fees. So maybe right above break even, and if the price comes back up, then essentially it was a no risk trade because you've protected your capital in that sense. Because sometimes you can catch it and you can attempt it multiple times, and then the price will just absolutely nuke. And then you're happy. You protected your position. You're not stressed out. And yeah, that's ultimately how you want to do it. I'm more of a swing trader, as you guys know. But those of you that are aggressive into those kinds of positions, it is a strategy. Thank you for your work, man. Andy and Devault, Steven something. So if you search up Andy Bitcoin Census on YouTube, should come up. Hey Matsur, do you think building a short position is wise from our current levels? Very tricky. Very, very tricky. I want to, like right now, it is interesting to see that there's not too many people shorting this, which is good. Not too many people, because a lot of people entered around here, which is horrible. You can see down Bybit USD, a lot of shorters. My silver trade got stopped out. I made around 25K on that one. Why don't we look at hype? Fuck. Nah. That's the thing in a bear market. If you start talking about altcoins, people don't like to tune in. Trump is talking about his ballroom curtains and how he saved so much. Someone said the ABC YouTube channel. Let's see if we can get this. ABC News. ABC News. Is this it, guys? Let me just turn off the music.
That the U.S. was very nearly under threat. But the U.S.'s own intelligence had concluded that it would take 9 years for Iran to have a missile capable of reaching the U.S. And sources have confirmed to ABC News this morning that administration officials briefed congressional staff over the weekend, saying that U.S. intelligence did not suggest Iran was preparing to launch a preemptive strike against the U.S. So there are still some very big questions here about what evidence the president had of this imminent threat. And going forward on how long this campaign is going to last, you heard the president there saying, whatever it takes. Of course, this is the president who promised not to drag the U.S. into prolonged foreign conflict, Diane.
And I want to bring in our chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pennell, on that point. Ian, the president said we grieve for the 4 U.S. service members already killed in this operation, saying this could last 4 to 5 weeks or maybe longer. What are you looking ahead to now?
Yeah, I mean, I think we just need to step back and recognize that there's already been regional escalation. Remember, Iran always had a plan. Again, the Iranians have said, look, we're ready to fight a long war, are the Americans. They had a plan to escalate throughout the region. They've attacked almost every single country throughout the Gulf, and
is given out by Democrats from the left, and they're rated for the last 9 months. We had 0 people come illegally through our border, right, Tom? So I want to thank you very much. And I also want to salute 6 former Medal of Honor recipients: William Swenson, Jim McLuhan, Walter Marm, Thomas Paine, Sammy Davis. That's an interesting guy. Sam, where is Sammy Davis? We have a big story here, Sammy. You've heard that all your life, I'll bet, huh? And Edward Byers. Stand up, please. You all look good. You all look good. We remember the ceremonies. Oh, great. It's a great honor. There's no greater. I tried for myself. I've tried numerous times to get one by myself. I keep getting shut down. They say, you can't do it, sir. Bad protocol. Very bad. I would say the worst. But I'm only kidding. You have to say I'm only kidding, otherwise the press will come out with it, which they actually did once. Donald Trump wants a Congressional Medal of Honor, but he's been shut down. But now you are brave, amazing people. And I want to thank you all. In 1941, Roddy Edmonds of Knoxville, Tennessee, enlisted in the U.S. Army and soon rose to one of the youngest master sergeants.
Guys, do you even want to listen to this? Please let me know, because this is pretty boring to me right now.
World War II, and he was so enthusiastic and young and full of vim and vigor. Roddy soon found himself on the front lines of the Battle of the Bulge. That was a big one, massively outnumbered by enemy forces. His 1,200 soldier unit fought valiantly until they were completely overrun. The force was massive on the other side, many times.
All right, guys.
All
right, legends.
Day death march, one that was
The consensus is overwhelmingly no. So we won't listen to it. We can watch the charts. Yeah, valid. Where are the tunes? Okay. There we go. We're back. You guys want liquidations? Guys, a lot of cumulative long liquidation leverage in the market. Some of you guys like Model 2. I recall that. Come on, more likes. What are we at? What are we looking at? 247. Guys, 300 people watching. We got to get to 300 likes. At least. Come on, legends. Some of you guys like Model 2. Come on, legends. A little bit of an SFP, guys. Legends, if you took the short, your position should be protected. Not financial advice, as always. But look at that. Wiki. We swept this local high. We have other local highs to consider, but we swept the first one. Now we have to see how the price action develops. Is it true that Monday moves are fake and we will reverse hard? There is a case to be made. Like, look, there's a lot of times where Mondays will have the local high of the week or the local low of the week. So it's something for you to consider for sure. Can you ditch the dude? Yeah, I ditched him. Nice. My first, like if it was a small trade, my first TP would literally be like here. Like around 68.5. But stop at break even now. Risk-free trade. That's how you want to do it. Bum ba 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 ba. Would you say during your crypto journey you've made more profits in a few lucky trades, get rich quick, like win with Pepe, or you've made the long journey with small account? I would say small account compounding, but like I said, I played around with small accounts for quite a while before feeling comfortable using more capital. And while I was trading with smaller accounts, I was still working a full-time job and I was earning a pretty decent income. So that's ultimately what allowed me to continue in my trading journey, is to not solely rely on trading. I know it's probably not what you want to hear, or at least what some people want to hear, but it's a very, very stressful thing to do if you're relying solely on trading to get financial freedom, let's say. It's tough. It's tough. You want to be in a position where you're not necessarily stressed if you lose capital. I'm going to update my community 1 second. Legends, if you want to be in my community and see all of the trades that you see on the screen when I come live, when I go on the YouTube channel, you do have the first link in my description down below. DM me the keyword CBM on Telegram to join my private group, and I'd be more than happy to add you into that group The only requirement is that you've signed up with one of my affiliate exchange links and you start trading on there as you'd normally do on any crypto exchange. Guys, Bluffin is a phenomenal crypto exchange. I've been trading on there for quite some time. I would highly recommend you sign up with the second link in my description down below. And they're particularly great with big traders, as I am. So I mean, make of that what you will. I like Bluffin. We can measure decent income when CBM says decent profits. Tell short. Guys, I spoke about it already. SFP from here, which some of you have already entered. But for adding to my existing swing short position, which you can see is here, I want to see Bitcoin ideally push up higher and claim some of these local highs here. Best case scenario for me would be if Bitcoin goes all the way up to the tariff capitulation lows, and depending on the price action, I consider entering a short there. That would be absolutely epic, but you know, we can't pick and choose. Ty Scott, my man, thank you for joining. I actually talk with Ty in the DMs. Yeah, I don't get stressed out. The thing is that the edge comes from just being comfortable with the risk that I'm taking. I know some of you guys see like these position sizes and you'll think it's absolutely insane, but you build up to that over time and your tolerance really does increase. I think Ty can even mention this. In some of my trades recently on longs, like I literally lost 20, 30, even as much as 50K on some trades. But as long as the profits outweigh the losses, then it's totally fine. It is what it is. That's how I trade the market. I don't personally use the Bluffin futures trading bot, but I personally use Bluffin. And like I said, they are by far my go-to crypto exchange. Guys, remember, second link in the description down below. And as a matter of fact, starting tomorrow, I will have a great promotion for you guys where you can literally, you know how these crypto exchanges sometimes will give you these bonuses that you can use to trade? Well, it won't just be that. It'll also be based on your trading volume. You can actually withdraw tens of thousands of dollars, like withdrawable rewards. One of the best bonuses I've seen in the industry. So, you know, make sure to sign up and stay tuned because you will still get access to that promotion when it does come out. And I'll talk about it in my next YouTube video. Of course, Ty. Of course. Thank you for being part of the community and thank you for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Legends? Come on. You know what I'm about to ask. 18 away? 18 away from 300? Let's do it. Let's do it, Legends. Shout out to Toronto. For this trade that you're seeing here, I used 3.5% of my trading portfolio, which is a big position for my standards. Teddy Bless, yes, you will. But I have to be honest, like the promotion itself on Bluffin, it will require a lot of trading volume to get some of these prizes, but it's still absolutely insane because I trade sometimes hundreds of millions in volume per month, and I would literally get free money for doing so for already trading like I do. So it's pretty awesome. And then there's obviously going to be some smaller ones too, depending on your trades. Smash the like. with dun, 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 dun. It's entirely possible a motivation sigma growth. I actually think that price can continue on upwards. I don't think it's unrealistic. We have some very, very important levels to the upside that I want to see us get claimed before I can talk about adding to my swing short. Right now, we're actually holding above this trend line, and so it would make a case for us to already potentially wick out again. It's not uncommon for this to occur. So let's see how the price action develops. Abu Zain, yeah, I'll talk about that graph. Absolutely. One sec. Good night, legends. All right. If you're tuning in, if you're in my group and you're tuning into the live stream, let me know down below. I'd love to see some of you guys in the chat. It'd be awesome. And guys, remember, if you want to join my community, you do got that first link in the description down below. DM me the keyword CBM on Telegram to be able to join my private group. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom. Let's go to... We still got some shorters at the top here. Like, it's a pretty big push up. From Telegram community. Les probable de baisser le taux ont baissé. Hello. Hey, legends. In the group with a different username. Awesome, legends. Awesome. Very happy to have you guys on the stream. Two more and we're at 300 likes, legends. 2 more. Right now, Bitcoin is looking a little bit wicky. We wicked to above 70K, and we're kind of just chopping around here. I would like to see this resolve itself, because if we get acceptance back above this wick, then it would suggest that we can target these highs and potentially the local highs that I have highlighted. And I would consider, depending on the price action, start adding to my short right around here. But I'm going to be very, very patient. That's at least what I am personally doing. Please remember that nothing I discuss on the channel should be construed as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on the internet taking you through his own personal trades and his overall market analysis. I'm in and love it. Thanks. Awesome. He wants to see the gold long. He wants to see the gold long. I'm currently down. I may actually consider adding to my gold position, because if we do roll over from here, I do think from Bitcoin standpoint, it will be a good trade. Dun, dun, dun. This is also something else. Bosco, Maybe just refresh the stream. Oof, sorry, legends. It fixed? Okay, awesome. Guys, I want to take you through this chart. And this is the Bitcoin percentage of supply in profit and loss. Historically, in bear markets, what tends to occur is these two levels cross. And this coincides with bear market bottoms. But take a look at where we're at now. The levels have not crossed. And they don't usually just tap into each other. They usually stay within the same kind of range for a little bit. It's not just a quick tap and then done. So I want you guys to understand that there's a high probability that these cross. And this would coincide with Bitcoin dropping. Just keeping you... Yes, sir, we are in the cryptoverse. We are indeed in the cryptoverse. So yeah, something to consider. I also would like to talk about So we need to understand that this is highly likely to cross. And as per my previous analysis, I do think that we're going to see Bitcoin sub 60K again. If you're new and you're just tuning in now, my higher time frame bias is essentially what we saw in the previous cycle, which was we got the dump, we got the pump to the bull market support band, took a short here, then we dumped. Now what we're seeing is this move, this move right here, a little bit of a pump. So I think that we could be seeing this little bit of a punchy pump. Ideally, we can make it as high as here, but I honestly am unsure. And then we can go ahead and get rejected. So that's currently what I'm looking at. And I would be considering to add to my short here because I do think that ultimately Bitcoin will find its way below this level, which is sub 50K. I know it sounds crazy, but guys, I'm a buyer at that level. Not financial advice, just sharing with you. Luke Draco. Basically, if you go to futures on Bluffin and you go to TradFi, you'll see stocks, and all the way down here, you'll see gold and you'll see silver. So these are the trades. These are the assets that you can trade. They're going to be adding some more. There is a lot of resistance at 70K. So, yes, there is a CME gap just above these levels as well. It's something to consider for sure. But Bitcoin in bear markets has a way of shaking out all of the market participants before it does its next big move. But remember, bear market bottoms take time to form. I've been quite repetitive about this, but it's important for you to understand that, in my opinion at least, we will have some time to buy near the bear market lows. We've seen it time and time again. There's no reason to suggest that it won't be at least somewhat similar. There's a couple tweaks here and there, cycle to cycle, but overall it plays out very, very similarly. Do you consider using some spot grid bots? I'm not a huge bot person, but I know that people like it, so I might actually look for these kinds of opportunities for people that want to do, grid bots and stuff like that. I know other people are promoting it, but I just find it hard to promote something that I don't personally use that much. But yes, I did ask Bluffin to add the S&P 500, and they will be doing it. They told me that they would be doing it. That's another thing with Bluffin, guys. I have a very great relationship with them, and when you trust the exchange that you're trading on, it makes a big, big impact. Of course, they have the fantastic bonuses, but second link in the description down below if you're looking for a very, very good exchange to trade on if you're an avid crypto trader. Bum. Zoom in, please, on the right. What do you want me to zoom in to? approximately in the summer. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, May, October is valid as well, Gregor. Like at the end of the day, it's very, very difficult to make these kinds of projections. My base case for gold is that it will likely, on a long enough time frame, continue upwards because of what's been going on geopolitically. It's been consolidating for years, and I think it will likely continue, to be honest. It depends if you're asking from an investment standpoint or a trading standpoint. Let's take a look at ETH on the 1 week time frame. Guys, what a pathetic all-time high for ETH this cycle. Literally, it's just nonsense. I cannot believe that that's all she wrote. I remember catching this long from around here. It was epic. It was in my community as well. Like, you call that an all-time high? Unbelievable. I do think that ETH can probably revisit these levels. It's hard to say, man. It's very difficult to say. Probably somewhere between this vicinity. Down here to here. Like between this zone. Bum, ba, 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 boo. Fabian, if you don't want to use Bluffin, we have these options down below. So you can use Velto, which is pretty sick. They have it's self-custody if you're into that and you know how to navigate it. Some of the lowest fees on the market. Then we also have BTCC because I know some people prefer trading on sexes. Then I also have Weeks. So these are some options that I have. I'm looking for new partners, but I don't just want to have a gazillion affiliate links in the description down below. But this should provide an option for you, at least. There's a lot of options here. Nah, man, I don't trust Binance. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. Legends. We've been going for about an hour and 40 minutes. I have a very, very interesting interview to prepare for tomorrow. So I'm going to head out and I'm going to wrap up this stream. Mondays will be the live streams. And then if there's any kind of crazy volatility, I'll make sure to cover it and hop on the live as soon as I can, so long as I'm not out and about on like a weekend, for example. But last time we had a massive dump, I hopped on the live stream. Give me Liberty. I would still recommend Bluffin or BTCC. Like, I don't know. Maybe I need to have other options, but I would recommend those. And then you can expect the video updates every single day. Apart from 1 day per week, I usually miss it. Just to take a break, but live streams on Mondays. Guys, if you enjoy the content, As always, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. You have all the links in the description down below if you want to join my community. DM me CBM on Telegram. I'd be more than happy to onboard you. All of the links down below for the exchanges. Bluffin, as you know, is my go-to exchange. And I'll see you in the next video.